To what extent do illegal electricity connections impact revenue collection? And how best can non-performing municipal councillors be dealt with? What is behind Emalahleni local municipalities' high electricity debt? And what is SALGA's position on municipalities which fail to pay their electricity debt? What time is it? It's question time. Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Mpho Tsedu. The South African Local Government Association, SALGA, says its national conference in December last year was a great success. SALGA reiterates that a stable local government brings much needed delivery of services to millions of ordinary South Africans. Meanwhile, the non-payment of electricity debt has come under the spotlight. This after the High Court in Pretoria dismissed an application by Afriforum to stop Eskom from cutting electricity supply to several non-paying municipalities. The power utility has given defaulting municipalities a few days to sort out their debt or face blackouts. We are live, and therefore you can call us and your views on the following numbers: 089-110-4210. You can tweet us your comments. Our Twitter handle is @questiontime. For my guest today is Lindy Wenchalinchali. She is the South African Local Government SALGA's Vice President and Executive Mayor of Emalahleni local municipalities. But before we get into the discussion, let's have a look at this clip by President Jacob Zuma.
All ANC councillors have signed performance and accountability agreements with the movement, and these agreements are being enforced. The councillors are aware that they must be accessible to the communities. ANC municipalities must conduct regular surveys to gauge the levels of satisfaction amongst their communities.
Well, that's the president there speaking at yesterday's January 8 statement of the African National Congress. But let's talk to the executive mayor here and deputy president of SALGA. And congratulations on your election as deputy president there. But in as much as the president was addressing an ANC rally, the matters that he's talking to are supposed to actually affect all councillors. Councillors need to report back, and that seems to be the problem.
Thank you very much for inviting us to your studio. But yesterday's president's address talks to every councillor that has been elected. I don't think it is that difficult to report back to communities by councillors, because all councillors, when they came into office, they know that they should hold monthly meeting.
Which they don't.
Some, not all.
Yes. Because
we must not paint them black, everybody.
Okay.
Yes, some they do, but we must give them a benefit of a doubt. These are just newly elected councillors.
Correct.
They have been taken through SALGA's program in terms of induction. And in terms of political parties also, they have taken them through induction in terms of what is expected of them, their conduct, things that they must do. Let's hope that these councillors, the coming 5 years that they are about to take, it's a new journey. They will be serving the community diligently, holding those monthly meetings and your quarterly mayoralism bizo, so that communications, it's improving the municipal space. But in most of the cases, it's not that councillors do not hold meetings. The disadvantage that we've seen in terms of communication breakdown between council and communities, some of the meetings are held during the day where community members are at work, which is a matter that must improve. Hence, people are saying there's no feedback. So municipalities, we said at conference of SALGA, we must employ a lot of strategies in terms of communicating with our communities. There's a lot of tools these days. It's not like you must convene a ward meeting, but you can through SABC, you can through Twitter, your Facebook, give information to communities so that they are well informed.
Now, perhaps let's leave that, and we will come to Emalahleni matters shortly.
Okay.
I want us to talk generally about municipalities. Your people are owing Eskom, and Eskom is going to cut power.
That's a difficult one, I must say. And we agree that our communities are owing Eskom. And Eskom is threatening to cut. But as SALGA, we've also got some engagements with Eskom so that we reach an agreement. Remember, there was a memorandum of agreement that was signed between municipalities and Eskom so that we can pay for our debts. But some of the municipalities are defaulting because communities are not playing their part. But as SALGA, we are still continuing with the engagements.
Now, can we just look at some of the major affected municipalities here? Looking at Tembelihle in the Northern Cape, Mokaka in Free State, Mailonyana in the Free State again, in Cape Town. Free State seems to be in quite a lot of trouble here. Dihlabeng, Nala, Tukuluo, Mansopa, and all that. Why are municipalities not paying Eskom?
We are paying Eskom, but the picture that is painted out there is a bit difficult because you've got a current account that you are servicing and you've got your debt that you are servicing, which the interest that we are paying, it's what makes municipality look so bad. It makes municipality to look as if they are not paying. I must tell you that if you've defaulted on an Eskom account, there is 15% interest. If you pay late, it's a cumulative interest, and then municipalities now are paying almost 32% on interest. So the billions that you are seeing, most of them, it's interest. And I must say, if you exceed your demand in terms of electricity, if you use more, they also penalize you in terms of the interest. So hence we're saying as SALGA, we're still engaging with Eskom that they are definitely killing the municipality. But we must say it's not all that. Also our communities, in terms of your informal settlement, your illegal connection, some of the electricity that is lost, that is unaccounted for, it's based on the illegal connection, which was saying all municipalities must employ some strategies in terms of cutting off those and making some arrangement in terms of alternative sources of energies.
But it is said that you don't want to cut electricity for your consumers because they won't vote.
It's not true. It's not about that. We've been having programs throughout where we were cutting, because remember, municipalities can't stop to function because there's election. But sometimes the hostility that you get from our communities, which is a matter that we must correct with our communities. They are our staff from municipality. They are attacked when they go and do their job. So we're calling on our communities to come on board, because why prioritize other people and not pay your own services? Because when you go, like an example, you purchase a car, you make sure that that debit order, it goes off. But when it comes to us, you don't pay us. But when there's no water, there's no electricity, tires are being burned. So we're saying, let's take local government also serious. Local government, it's everybody's business.
Okay. Then let's go to Witbank, then, Emalahleni. You're not doing very well either. You're also owing.
Yes, we are. We are part of the municipalities of South Africa, and we're not immune from these problems. I can be elected as Deputy President of SALGA, but there are problems that we inherited, because these problems, they did not start now. They are the problems of the previous term, but we have an agreement with Eskom, which Eskom now is giving us a hard time in terms of paying, because the municipality was owing about 473 million, but on that you've got about 322 million that is on interest alone, and then you've got these penalties when you consume more, they penalize you. Hence now we're sitting almost at 1 billion. But we must say we are having strategies on board. We've going to conduct our community meeting with our members to say, pay your services. We've given some incentive for those that would come up and say, I need to pay my account, but we're giving you an amnesty. Okay. So there's a lot of work that we're doing, and saying everybody must pay for the services they are consuming.
Hold it there. Let's take Chris. Chris, you're in Mpumalanga.
Yes, I'm in Pumalanga. Thank you, man, for having me.
You're welcome.
I've got a very, very, very big concern of all the communities. Sometimes we meet at some shop where they are selling electricity. We're talking one thing. We just need to know, how did the municipal are billing us? Because, it looks like when you go to a shop and buy an electricity, maybe let's make an example. You buy an electricity of 200 rand.
Yeah.
You get 75 units. How do they bill us? That's number one. Number two, they said, I've heard that the Eskom is fighting that other municipalities are not paying their electricity, of which us communities, when we don't buy electricity or when you don't pay electricity, they switch it off for you.
Yes.
So it doesn't really make sense. I just need to know if this thing of billing the consumer, the people who are buying the electricity, is it standard to the whole country, or maybe they are just checking it in any municipality? I don't know. Can they clarify us on that one?
Okay. Well, I'll just repeat that. One is saying, how do you charge? Basically, how do you conclude that 200 rands is worth 75 units? Then secondly, the question of cutting off electricity. Who do you cut off electricity to? And I guess this question also goes to Eskom, because he's talking about a national problem here, that indeed there are many other places where they are not paying, but they are not getting cut off. So we're to being an example.
They're given electricity directly from Eskom. So as a municipality, we are buying from Eskom, hence they want to cut us.
Oh.
That's the difference. There are areas where Eskom is supplying directly.
Okay.
And there are areas where the municipality is buying from Eskom so that we can supply to
What is best? Should Eskom be talking to me directly, or should I go via you?
These things we inherited, unfortunately. There are areas like your farming areas, the rural areas, some it's in big cities, in your metros, where Eskom would supply directly.
Yes.
But in other areas, it's a municipality. But there's a serious engagement to say Eskom is not fair in supplying directly, because they are taking a space where a municipality must collect revenue so that it can deliver services. Remember, we must make some profit out of that.
So you want to make profit out of us?
It's not that we're making that much of a profit.
Yeah, well, that little bit. So you are being cut off.
But you must maintain the infrastructure that you are using.
Yeah, well, it doesn't mean that I'm not paying for its maintenance. It should be built
in a tariff. That is where NERSA come in to say, this is a tariff that a municipality can charge in terms of selling electricity. Yes. But currently, there is, we call it demand season, like your winter.
Yes.
Your Eskom, the more you use, their tariff goes up. But as municipalities, even if it's that demand season, we don't even go up. Hence, we are not recovering that well.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break now. When we return, we'll continue this discussion. Give us a call, 089-1104-210. Let's hear what you think of this payback, the money that is owed to Eskom by municipalities. This is question time.
As Africa becomes the new business frontier, bursting with opportunity and hope, with its rich natural resources and continental diversity, 11 million managers require development of executive management and business skills to unlock Africa's potential. Mancosa graduates have been driving business, entrepreneurship and innovation in Africa and the world. Mancosa. Dream it. We'll take you there.
Give me that paperwork.
Where is your
Give me that paperwork.
Where is your paperwork?
Like I'm everything, I don't know what's going on. Suddenly I'm locked up.
This is not fair. Senta Twasezan. Not fair.
Ukuputse rent ka 200. Hape se kupula ka 200. O re ngwana o iwa. 150 plus koloi le yone tlamehile eme another 150.
I just don't want to lock you out.
Yes,
I
you
have
just
the
want to
keys.
knock me then out.
You are starting gangsterism.
No.
Welcome back. You're still watching Question Time. You can call us and air your views. The number 0891104210. And my guest is Lindy Wenchalinchali. She's the SALGA Vice President and Executive Mayor of eMalahleni local municipality. And we have Mohale. Mohale, you are calling us from around Gauteng.
Yes, I am.
Oh, welcome.
Thank you. I have a question for Melindiwe.
Yes.
In fact, it's more of advice. I mean, if you look at the current situation that we find ourselves in, it's very unfortunate that municipalities are heavily underfunded. So my question is, when is SALGA going to pick up its shoes and approach National Treasury to demand a fairer, equitable share so that municipalities can be funded sufficiently? I mean, you have a situation now where in the country's 278 municipalities are expected to deliver services to over 50 million South Africans on a shoestring budget, which is less than 10% of government expenditure. And at the end of the day, it would mean that people are going to be disadvantaged. Municipalities, by the way, do not exist to make profit. They exist to ensure that South Africans get the basic services that they deserve from their governments.
Mohale,
Sure.
thank you very much for that question or advice.
I think Mohale is spot on. It's a matter, it's a conference resolution that we must talk to National Treasury, which it has been an ongoing matter, which we must pursue further. Because surely the equitable share that we are given, it's not making any sizable or...
Is it unfair? Is it unfair for me to say if the city of Cape Town can provide services and is rated the best in South Africa, why can't you do it in eMalahleni?
The problems of each municipality, they are not the same.
Okay.
And city of Cape Town has its own challenges. I don't want to dig deeper because you know them exactly.
I don't. You can dig.
You know better. But what's saying every municipality has its own challenges. It does not mean eMalahleni if now we are faced with the Eskom challenge, other services are not happening. There is service delivery. Other municipalities also, they deliver services. But it's just that there is a gap in terms of the collection rate, recovering the debts from our communities, which is a matter we must correct.
You must also talk about the sewerages that have been flowing through the streets of some areas there in eMalahleni and the streets that were blockaded just now in December.
Community unrest will forever happen because sometimes it is their right to petition us and raise concern. But in a manner we're raising them, that's the wrong part of it. Because there's nothing wrong if a community member can petition government.
Correct.
And raise their concern. But we're saying also, some of these people that are blockading the roads are the ones that does not even attend your ward councillors meeting, your mayoral Zimbizo. When things happen in other wards, then they riot. That's the problem, because they don't come to meetings. So we're encouraging every member to participate in the meeting, because an IDP of a municipality, a budget of a municipality is informed by the issues raised by communities.
Correct.
So some of them, they don't play their part. So we're encouraging them to come in. In terms of the sewer, eMalahleni is one of the fastest growing municipality because people come in eMalahleni for job opportunities. You know, there's power stations, there's mining. So your people that comes from your other areas that are more rural, they come in eMalahleni and they invade land. Some of them, they occupy land where development should have happened 10, 20 years to come. But now our services are not coping with the demand.
Okay.
So hence you'll see some sewer blockages there and there, but we have projects that are running in terms of upgrading of the sewer. There's monies that are allocated in terms of improving those services. That is why Emalahleni you will see such challenges. In terms of even the electrical infrastructure, it's overloaded. Some of the people, they were saying, why is my electricity tripping in my area when there's no load shedding? It's because it cannot cope with the demand.
When
because
there's Duba there, actually.
Exactly.
Makwa, you are in the Val.
Yes, Val.
Yes, welcome.
Yes, Mr. Mpo, how are you?
I'm well, thanks for the call.
Yeah, Mr. Mpo, I'm having a problem here.
Go ahead.
I'm still listening when you are talking with the Miss Nchali there.
Yes.
Yes, about electricity and stuff.
Yes.
What this municipality are doing, what I see is just they are holding parties at the end of the year instead of doing the right thing, which is not right. Because now where I'm staying,
yes,
you will find that is load shedding for 3 days.
Oh.
You don't even know what the reason is, because it's summer now. Nobody is explaining that.
Is there no illegal connections going on?
No, there's no legal connections.
Okay.
Really, it's not fair, because we're using prepaid electricity.
Okay.
Yeah. So they must fix their offices. They must do the right thing.
Good. Thank you very much, Dr. Makwa. Thank you so much. Excuse me. Indeed, how does somebody like Makwa get recourse? What happens as a citizen when I'm really feeling underdone?
There's a way you should do. You should come to the municipality, raise your concern with us,
okay,
and there's policies that can cater for his dissatisfaction in terms of the services that we've provided them. Okay. But it depends from one municipality to the other, what policies they are there in place in terms of saying 3 days there's no electricity. You are saying this is the damage that have incurred.
Yes.
Because surely municipalities have insurances, but most of the time they might not have electricity due to cable thefts. Sometimes our transformers are being vandalized and we claim from our insurance. But when people are coming forward to say, I have budgeted for this month, I've purchased this meat or whatever, and now it's rotten. What must I do? Because I've paid my bills, I'm up to date. It's where we're coming in to say, while there was a transformer that was bent, while there was a cable theft, these were the losses that the municipality suffers with the community. But in most of our cases, our communities, they don't come forward with the information. I think we should be advertising in terms of the policies. What is it that our communities can do or interact with the ward councillors and in terms of claiming some of the losses?
But then tell me, are you as municipalities able to control your funds? Because I'll give you an example here. If in February 2015, your municipality, Emalahleni, owed Eskom 556 million, and by September 2016, they are owing 963, then there's something wrong.
Absolutely, there's something wrong, but it's not about management of funds. Earlier on, I've stated to you that in Emalahleni municipality, our current account that we're owing Eskom, it's about 572.9 million. But what is on arrangements, what we are previously owing from Eskom, is about 473 million. Now they are adding that up, the two. Why did the current account shoot up? Between your June, July, August, towards September, we call it winter months.
Yes.
It's where there's serious demand of electricity. In Emalahleni, our normal summer account is about 60 million. During winter, when it's a demand season, it doubles, almost 160 million per month. Hence, you see the gap in between. So municipalities vary from one. As Emalahleni, our monthly account on winter, it's not less than 100 million.
Very
That is
quickly,
the reason.
Executive Mayor, we've run out of time. As a young person, why should I come and invest in Emalahleni?
You should come and invest in Emalahleni because Emalahleni is an economic hub of South Africa. There is lots of opportunities. There is a serious development that is coming in. But what is critical is that we need to improve on our services in terms of your bulk sewer, bulk water and bulk electrical. Then Emalahleni has no problems. Once we settle the amount that we owe to Eskom and maintain and pay our healthy current account with Eskom, there's no trouble in Emalahleni.
Executive Mayor, thank you very much for your time. We really appreciate it and wish you all the best in your time as the Deputy President there.
Thank you very much, sir.
That was question time for today. A big thank you from me and the entire crew. Bye bye.